NFL Week 11 predictions. Got the Bills versus the Colts. A good game. Colts coming off a win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 23-17. They looked good in the first half, but that second half, they really didn't do much outside of the last drive, or second to last drive. And you got the Bills who got it back on track and dominated the Jets. The Bills, I still think their offense is explosive, and their offensive line definitely played better against the Jets. And the Colts, their defensive line is good, but not the best. And Bills, I think they'll beat the Colts. They got the Jets versus the Dolphins. Jets did not do good against the Bills defense. They got dominated by the Bills. Dolphins coming off a surprise win over Baltimore. Their defense played lights out against them and shut Lamar Jackson out. The Dolphins defense has played much better in the last couple of weeks, shutting out Texans and Baltimore. And the Jets, their offense is not the best right now, and Dolphins' offense is also bad, but the Jets' defense isn't anything special, so I have the Dolphins winning. Then got the Titans versus Texans. Texans coming off a bye, but they have one of the worst teams in the NFL. Titans are coming off a win against the Saints. It was definitely a close win, but a win nonetheless. And this is one of the best teams against one of the worst teams. I have the Titans winning. The Raiders versus the Bengals. Raiders play on Sunday night, and I've not seen them yet. Bengals come off a bye after a loss against the Browns 2 weeks ago. This one is definitely one of the sneaky better games. This could be close. Bengals, Jamar Chase, and their offense has done well so far, and Raiders' defense is okay this season, and the Raiders' offense has done well, not as well as it did at the start of the season, but not terrible. And Bengals' defense did not do good against the Browns, but did good against the Ravens like 3 weeks ago. But I have the Raiders winning because of the home field advantage on the West Coast. The Chargers versus the Steelers. Steelers coming off a really ugly game versus the Lions, and they ended up tying. Chargers are currently playing against, I believe, Minnesota. The Chargers have the home field advantage and an explosive offense, and Steelers have a great defense. The Chargers' defense is not good, and the Steelers' offense is average at best. This could be a close game. I have the Chargers winning because of their home field advantage. They got the Falcons versus Patriots. Patriots, I believe, have been hot lately, very hot. They just dominated, blew out the Browns, and the Falcons, they just got blown out by the Cowboys. This one, I don't think it's going to be that close. The Patriots play good defense, and Mac Jones has been getting better so far. And Matt Ryan had one of his worst games against the Cowboys. I have the Patriots winning. Got the Ravens versus the Bears. Bears are coming off a bye. Ravens lost against the Dolphins on Thursday night. Their offense got totally shut down against the Dolphins defense. And the Bears defense is better than the Dolphins, though their offense may struggle. I don't know if Khalil Mack is playing, but if Mack is playing, I believe this is going to be an upset. But if he isn't, I don't think they'll generate enough pressure after Ravens winning. Then you got the Browns versus the Lions. Browns come off a blowout loss against the Patriots, and the Lions come off an ugly tie versus the Steelers. Lions Lions still have one of the not a great rosters, one of the worst rosters in the NFL, but they are a scrappy team. And the Browns, I believe they had a good game versus Bengals and then a terrible game versus Patriots. I think they'll bounce back this week and blow out the Lions, so I have the Browns winning. You got the Jaguars versus 49ers. Another close game by the Jaguars. Their defense shut down the Colts in the second half, and their offense managed to keep the score somewhat tight. And the 49ers play on Monday night. The 49ers, they still have talent, and Jacksonville Jaguars don't have much. This could definitely be a trap game for the 49ers, but I still think they'll overcome it. You got the Chiefs versus the Cowboys. Chiefs play on Sunday night. Cowboys just blew out the Falcons. This is going to be a high scoring. In my book, this is going to be a high scoring game. The Cowboys defense this year is average, but the Chiefs defense has been terrible. Both still have great offenses. Patrick Mahomes kind of having a down year, but he's still pretty good. And the Cowboys offense has a ton of talent. This is going to be high scoring, and which defense can stop the opposing offense at the most crucial spot? And I believe the Cowboys defense can do that. So I have the Cowboys winning. the Eagles versus the Saints. Saints after back-to-back losses. It was a close game versus the Titans, but nonetheless they couldn't convert on a 2 point and they lost. And then the Eagles currently playing against the Broncos in a close game so far. This is definitely a trap game for the Saints. The Eagles, they've had some close games and some wins. This one, Saints have to win this game if they want to stay in contention. And with the Buccaneers losing, Saints have to win this game if they want any chance at the division title. This is gonna be close. Eagles have the home field advantage. To me, this is gonna be a very close game. I eventually have the Saints winning. They got the Panthers versus the football team. Panthers currently blowing out the Cardinals. I did not see that coming. And the football team, they beat the Buccaneers. Tyler Heineke had a great game, and their defense actually did something. They picked off Tom Brady twice. And Carolina has the home field advantage. Cam Newton, I don't know, is possibly starting. This is gonna be, I believe, an ugly game. I like the Panthers defense. I think they're a young defense, and the football teams, despite having that good game against the Buccaneers, they're still one of the worst defenses. In the end, I have the Panthers winning. Then you got the Vikings versus Packers. This is trap game, a divisional game. Vikings can definitely win this. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers is currently playing against the Seahawks, and I do not really know. This is going to be a divisional game, and I think this is going to come down to the wire. But Packers, I think their defense is going to pull out the win, so I have the Packers winning. You got the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Cardinals currently getting blown out by the Panthers. The Seahawks are against the Packers right now. This is gonna be close. This is divisional game. Seahawks, they get Russell Wilson back, and Cardinals should get Murray and Hopkins back. This is I have the Cardinals winning, even though they're on the road against Seahawks. I still think once Murray returns, their offense is gonna be explosive again. Then you got the Buccaneers versus Giants. 100% a trap game for the Buccaneers, like last week. Buccaneers lost their football team. They fell into their trap. They fell into a trap game. Tom Brady did not have a good game versus the football team's defense, and the Giants are coming off a bye. Still, I think the Buccaneers are going to bounce back after that, and they won't fall for the trap game against the Giants after Buccaneers winning. There you have it, my NFL Week 11 prediction.